A mother's endless love. Catrine Jane woke up before the sun had risen, as she did every morning. The soft sound of little breaths filled the small but cozy house. She glanced at the sleeping figures of her 3 children, smiling warmly before slipping out of bed to start another busy day. She walked quietly to the kitchen, careful not to wake anyone. As she boiled water for coffee, she mentally listed all the tasks she needed to complete. Preparing breakfast, packing Mike's lunch, getting Mary and Sarah ready for school, and keeping baby Tom entertained. Just as she poured a steaming cup of coffee, she heard the soft cries of Tom from his crib. She set her cup down and hurried to his room. "Good morning, my little boy," she cooed, lifting him into her arms. Tom stopped crying the moment he felt his mother's warmth, snuggling against her shoulder. As she cradled him, she heard tiny footsteps running down the hallway. "Mommy, I'm hungry," Mary called, followed closely by Sarah, who was still rubbing sleep from her eyes. "Good morning, my sweet girls," Catrine said cheerfully. "Go wash your hands while I make breakfast." She placed Tom in his baby chair and quickly set to work. The smell of fresh pancakes and eggs soon filled the kitchen. Mike, her husband, appeared in the doorway, buttoning his shirt. "Morning, love," he greeted, kissing her on the forehead. "The food smells amazing." She smiled, placing a plate in front of him. "Eat well before heading to work." Mike gave her a grateful look before digging in. Despite his long office hours, he always appreciated Catrine's efforts in keeping the home running smoothly. After breakfast, chaos erupted as Mary and Sarah got ready for school. Socks went missing, hair had to be braided, and school bags needed checking. Catrine moved swiftly, guiding them like a conductor in a well-rehearsed orchestra. As soon as Mike left for work and the girls left for school, the house fell into a brief silence. Catrine exhaled and sat down with Tom, enjoying a rare peaceful moment. But the moment didn't last long. House chores awaited. She spent the morning washing dishes, folding laundry, and cleaning the living room. Every time she finished one task, another awaited. Tom needed feeding. Then he needed changing. Then he needed a nap. By the time noon arrived, Catrine barely had time to eat before Tom woke up crying again. She carried him outside for some fresh air, waving at her neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, who was watering her flowers. "You look tired, dear," Mrs. Thompson said kindly. Catrine chuckled. "It's been a busy morning, as always." "You're doing an incredible job, you know," the older woman said with a warm smile. Catrine appreciated the kind words, but she still felt exhausted. She often wondered if anyone truly noticed everything she did. The afternoon passed in a blur. She helped Mary and Sarah with their homework, cooked dinner, bathed the kids, and got them ready for bed. Finally, as she sat in the dimly lit living room after everyone had fallen asleep, she let out a deep sigh. Mike walked in and sat beside her, wrapping an arm around her shoulders. "You look exhausted," he said gently. She leaned against him. "I am, but I wouldn't trade this life for anything." He smiled, pressing a kiss to her temple. "You're amazing, Catrine. The kids and I are so lucky to have you." Hearing those words, Catrine felt a warmth spread through her heart. Yes, her days were long and tiring, but every hug from her children, every smile, every thank you made it all worth it. She knew that a mother's love was endless, not because she never grew tired, but because she never stopped giving. Moral of the story: a mother's love is tireless and selfless. Though her efforts may go unnoticed at times, her love and sacrifices shape the lives of those she cares for. True strength is found in the quiet, everyday acts of love.